This is 100%. On paper, my immigration story is pretty simple. I was born in London in 1986. My parents moved to California when I was 1.5, and I became a US citizen in 1997. But what I want to share with you today is what I could call my unique experience, because I am an immigrant who has no other mother country. I've balanced two identities my whole life, being Indian and being American. But instead of feeling 100% of both, I often feel not enough of either. Inside the home, my being Indian by origin and British by birth has never negated or outweighed my being American. But outside the home, both my Indianness and my Americanness have been questioned. Some Indians have told me, "You're not a real Indian." And some Americans have told me, "Your English is really good." I expect I'm not a real Indian to some because I don't speak any Indian language fluently. I can understand, I can even watch movies without subtitles, but I can't think in those languages. And I've berated myself because I should know those languages, right? I should. I'm Indian, right? But my native language really is English, because my parents are actually from opposite sides of India, and they had an unconventional love marriage where they married outside their communities. So they mostly speak to each other in English, and spoke to my sister and I in English when we were growing up. Of course, they can still speak their native languages, but they only use it as code when they're thinking about leaving a tip or not. Brown joke. As for Americans telling me I'm not a real American, well, that's more subtle, because I sound American, I act American, I dress American, everything about me speaks American, except for one thing: my name. My name is Anupama, which means unique. I go by Anu for short. Anu. 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 No, like you're thinking like, new. Oh, okay, new. So I realized that having one's name pronounced correctly is this luxury I just never knew I needed. It brings a sense of belonging, of validation, of identity. I mispronounced my own name throughout middle school and high school. In college, I swore to myself I would say my name correctly. In grad school, I started correcting others. And let me tell you, it's a process. I've tried so many different ways. Like, not new, with the emphasis on the first syllable, un-new. Get it? I have done the emotional labor for other people with the hopes that the result and the payoff is this melty feeling of inclusion and belonging that Joe and Jen get to feel every day. But no such luck, because maybe one day goes by with that melty feeling of inclusion until a director will forget and start calling me Anu again, and then I'll just either feel too exhausted to correct them, or I'll go through the whole rigmarole all over again, only for them to tell me, true story, I just can't hear the difference. I have become seriously depressed about it. Because how can I survive in a world where my name, which is the most intimate, personal part of my identity, has this does not compute result with people? I'm not saying that other Americans are malicious and they're purposely trying to make me feel left out. It's that I don't think people realize this is actually a microaggression. Because what it really points to is that the unfamiliarity with my name is a deeper indication that being Indian is still equated with being an immigrant in this country, which means foreign or other. And I have internalized that unfamiliarity to make me feel like maybe there is somewhere else that I would be better living. Maybe. But where? Indians from India, I found, don't seem to care so much. What's the big deal, they say, just let it go. These well-meaning Americans are trying to say your name, just let it go. But I can't let it go because I am American. This is my mother country. Plus, I didn't spend my formative years in a place where my name was normalized, and then I grew up with that sense of inner security and identity to then come here and let that brush off. I spent my formative years seeing beautiful, skinny, blonde, white people on TV and wishing I were beautiful, skinny, blonde, and white too. Comedian Hassan Minhaj, or Hassan Minhaj, says in his Netflix special Homecoming King that our parents paid the citizenship tax. They knew that by coming to this country as immigrants, they were gonna have to deal with some bullshit, some racism, as a trade-off for the privilege of becoming American. But because I see myself as American, having been here since 1.5, I have the audacity of equality. I'm from here, I grew up here, I'm not an other, so I deserve to be treated equally. But my name, it seems, is the small and yet profoundly hurtful citizenship tax that I have had to pay. So there's no real answer to what my identity is. It's mine to choose and define and redefine as I see fit. So why am I writing about it? Because my name is my only lasting immigration story. It's my unique experience as an immigrant who has no other mother country. The people who look like me and speak like me, who have names like mine or don't, but who were born here and came here early on, too young to remember any other place. We are this anomaly in the anthology of immigration stories. We are the ones trying to tightrope walk that fine line of balancing two cultures. My existing as I am on this platform gives my generation the representation we never had. We are Indian, and we are American. We are 100% of both. Thank you.